Hi everybody, and there's going to be two of us doing this podcast. Unfortunately, my friend is not very well this week. He's got the man flu, I think. But what I'd like to talk about tonight is basically disability and people who claim disability, why they struggle, and also people at work, how they deal with people. I've had a few questions come in, but the first ones I'd like to say is that not every disability can be seen. Just because someone gets out of a car and walks out of the car into the supermarket and has a blue badge, all of a sudden people think, oh, there's nothing wrong with him. Don't judge. My poor dad, bless that, he had cancer, had a blue badge, and he used to get this. In the 6 months he'd passed away. So don't judge people. It's not fair. You don't know what people are going through, what mental issues or anything. That's my point of the view. Now, Conservatives, what are they playing at? I just don't understand. You have people out there with genuine illnesses, and don't get me wrong, there is certain people out there. I could walk you around my local street and show you people who are claiming disabilities, and there is nothing wrong with them, because I watch them wash the car, I watch them changing their wheels on the car or painting the roof, and there they got frames on the door frame, so they had a stair lifting because he's saying he can't walk. I could show you loads of people like that, but there is a lot more genuine people out there who are losing disability because the Conservatives don't like paying it. Now, my point of view on this, you may not agree, and I may get in trouble for saying this, but my point of view on this whole subject is, stop paying illegal immigrants to stay in hotels then. Stop paying for illegal immigrants to stay in this country when you could literally save that money and pay these poor people. But most of them have worked their whole lives, and now they're being stabbed in the back because they want to claim for something that you're saying they're not entitled to. Come on, Mr. Sunak, get your head together. How can someone with a mental disability be in an office all day working, or someone with a severe disability, back or whatever, be sitting in a chair all day trying to work? It's not possible. Just have some common sense, and stop penalising the people who have backed this country for years, and stop helping people who not put a penny into the system. That's my argument here. Now, I may be wrong by saying that, I don't know, and it may get me in trouble for saying that, but it's freedom of speech anyway, so I can say basically to a certain extent what I want. Now, I had an email of someone the other day. They suffer with an illness and they worked, and this poor bloke, he was actually a lorry driver, and he struggled every day to get on with his business working, but he carried on. He was doing this for 4 years, only to be bullied by other work colleagues because they had to change his work. Now, instead of management standing up to these bullies, they work with them. So this man now is unemployed because the company, who have to by law, as we all know, change his working so he can actually carry on working. But it got so severe that the bullying got just too much for him and he left. Now, why do people have to go through that? It's not fair. Please, look at the other side of the coin. There's always someone who is worse off than you, always. Now, while I think to myself at times, why ain't he working? It's got nothing to do with anybody else. Nothing to do with anybody else at all. But my biggest argument in this podcast is Rishi Sunak has decided that people with mental health should go to work. Wow, what a statement to put out there. If you don't suffer with mental health, thank your lucky stars, because I do, and I still have done, and I do now. But mental health is not something to be laughed at. It's a really tragic, dark place if you've been there. And there's a lot of men and a lot of women, and the suicide rate in men is literally gone sky high with people's marriage breakups, with can't pay the bills and etc. So it's not a laughable thing. So have a bit of pity there, Sunak. That's what I will say. Now, the other thing he wants to do is get rid of universal credit. Now, universal credit helps these poor families who are working and can't get any help at all. So that's the help they get, that little bit of universal credit. So he's trying to stop that. What plans has this government got in place? I just see on the news today that he's having an election. Was it the 4th of July or something? Now, can we see him getting back in? I didn't see Khan getting London Mayor of London, but he did, so I was a bit, shocked there. I can see Labour getting in, which, to be honest, I don't think that's going to be a lot better either. Because they just go back on their word. Look at Keir Starmer. Oh, yeah, he's going to go straight back into the EU, even though it was voted by the English people. And what will they do? They will milk us dry, and he will accept it. Simple. Now, I've got another message and all. What was this one? This was off Diana Rose. Hi Diana, and thank you for the message. You're in a wheelchair and you lost your pips. How the hell does someone in a wheelchair lose their pips? But you have got it back now, thank you. You appealed and you got it back. Apparently, because this young lady has a wheelchair and she can walk with an aid, they took her pips away from her because one of the neighbours thought she could do more than what she was saying. Disgusting. Disgusting, that's all I say. Now, Mr. Sunak, pull your finger together. And if you people, want to live in England and like England was, start putting your voice out there. Start making a noise, because without a noise, you don't get listened to. And I really hate it. But anyway, this was just a quick podcast today to say hello and, a little bit about what's going on. But hopefully my mate will be better next week and we can have a real good podcast chatting together and hopefully get some more messages into us. Now, if you want to send us some messages so we can ask the questions, we'll be putting a podcast up and let you know what we're going to be talking about next week. But just send to twowisemen@gmail.com. That's basically it. And we will get back to you. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed it.